I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. You see, when sand passes through heat, a temperature of 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit, I suspect, I don't know if it's centigrade, but 1,400 degrees, it liquefies and becomes molten. And then when it becomes molten, it flows into metallic molds, usually of copper. And then when it cools under a controlled temperature, it forms glass containers. And if you add wires to it inside, you can use them to form tempered glass. And if it's plain, you form windscreens and all that. I happen to have been the resident medical officer of the international glass industry at Aba, so I know what I'm talking about. You see, diamond requires a lot of scraping and filing before it comes to the necklace. It comes to the neck and becomes displayed on the shelf. So also with gold, goes through a lot of purification. You see, hardship refined me. There's a book I have online titled Refined by Hardship. I remember I started this life of hardship very early. I used to hawk firewood. I will hawk pap made from maize in the morning before going to school by 12 o'clock. That time we had morning and afternoon sessions of school. I roasted cow skins and their feet and sold as a child, as a student. And if you touch my palm, they are very, very hard. And I don't eat breakfast usually. It's because there was no breakfast at home. We had to wait and eat afternoon meals and evening meals. But there were some things that happened. At the age of 25, in 1984, my father was accidented. 1984, December 24th stroke 25th. I was 25 years old. I just started medical practice, internship. My father was accidented. He had a spinal cord injury. I remember the last time I saw him erect. He was 80 something, but he was still very strong. We have strong genes. And I told him, don't be moving around like this. It's time for you to enjoy, but he didn't listen to my counsel. Went for one religious activity, not church. Don't know what they went for. The car had a burst tire in front. The driver slammed on the brakes. The vehicle somersaulted. My father fell out of it. The vehicle fell on my father, fractured his spinal cord, vertebral column, destroyed his spinal cord from the cervical level. I had to go carry him and admit my father in the hospital. Past catheter. He was there for 50 days. But in the beginning, I was told to buy a traction kit. A traction kit would be strapped to his legs, tied to the foot of the bed, raise the foot of the bed, lower the head, so that his body weight will be pulling on the traction to stretch the vertebrae, whether it could decompress the spinal cord. And that thing was 5 naira, either 5, 7 or 15 naira, I can't remember, 15 naira. And I had not been paid for 3 months. I was an intern and I needed to buy that thing. I was living at number 20 School Road. I had to trek from School Road in the GRA through SCC Road For those of you who know Kere in Warri, Sisi Road, down to Ajamimoga near Word of Life Church, to go meet a man called Bodo. He gave me the money, and I could not take taxi back. If it was even at night, no taxi will have come there. I trekked back to keep that money to buy that. Recently, when I drive past those places, I keep remembering where God has taken me from. It makes me value relationships. It makes me value money. It makes me realize that I had to put in enough effort at that time as a young man after those incidences to make sure my children do not pass through that same stress of lack. I was setting out. I didn't know whether the man would be at home. I was setting out. I didn't know whether he would agree to give me the money. And I set out. Since then, I had taken decisions and risks without being sure of what would be in between where I'm setting out from and where I am going to. But I've had strong hope and faith to get there. That's how I went to university. I didn't have an admission letter. I got there, I saw my admission letter. That's how I told my wife's elder sister that I will marry my wife because she was pregnant and I was an unbelieving young man. I told her I was badly bad. She was pregnant. I had only 54 naira or 45 naira in my bank account. I went back to Aba. I would go and see patients in chemists, patent medicine stores in Ungwa Road, just to the consultation, 5 naira per patient. I would trek from Ungwa Road, for those of you who know Aba, from Ungwa Road or Hanku Road, through Ungwa Road, down to number 810 Park Road, near Ambassador Hotel, just to keep the 10 naira that I got. And that's how I managed to save 3,100 naira. Then the dollar was $2 to a naira. That's about $6,200 then, that enabled me to marry my wife. I still have the records. None of my brothers contributed anything. None. It was the same Mr. Bodo that gave me his combi bus to carry drinks and carry things to go and marry. Nobody contributed anything, really. I'm here. That hardship taught me to learn to walk alone, learn to step out and do it. Man, stop complaining. Set out. God is waiting ahead for you. The same God that took me from nothing to become something else, that took me a non-entity to become a known entity, will also help you to get there. Don't faint. Dare to step out. Dare to walk alone. Dare to have hope. I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I have a seminar coming up on the 2nd and on the 3rd of August by 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Send a message to +234 70 52 13 6763, and I will send you the flyer on how to register. God bless you. On Wednesday, that is tomorrow, we'll have an open question and answer time by 6 p.m. Nigerian time. All these are online. God bless you. I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki.